Hey, what's up everyone? This is me, Dre. Before I make this video, gotta take a hit of this purple drink, this Kool-Aid with lots of sugar. You know what I'm talking about, y'all. Stay thirsty, my friends. I wanted to make this video just as a continuation to my previous video about Sandra Bland, a black woman who moved from Chicago to Houston. Gonna get a job at Prairie View A&M, but just a few days out from starting her new job, she gets pulled over by Officer Encinia. Now, the first video that we saw was from a bystander. A couple of days after her death, there was the dash cam that was released by the Waller County Police Department, and it showed the stop, the arrest, but not the death of Sandra Bland. And when you're watching the video, you see a whole bunch of things happening. I mean, we can always talk about the doctor video, and there's a whole bunch of bullshit behind that they felt the people be too stupid to recognize, but no. The video was doctored, but leading up to the arrest, my question is, did Sandra Bland have to be arrested? Now, when you go to the internet, you see a lot of videos of people who have these encounters with the law enforcement, and they talk about their rights. You even have one video, it's kind of an old video, where an old white guy, he gets ticketed and he throws the paper at the cops. The cop tells him he needs to pick up the paper or he's going to get cited for littering, but he has a shit fit, drives off. You see a lot of other videos where people are expressing their First Amendment rights because they're standing around recording, and they're basically telling the cops, these are my rights, I don't have to produce any type of identification, am I being detained, things like that. But all of a sudden with Sandra Bland, she gets pulled over because she failed to use her signal when she was changing lanes. It's trivial, but it is a minor traffic infraction, so yes, the cop pulled her over for that. He should have. It was his intent to give her a warning. When he took her driver's license, ran the plates, did a minor background check just to see if she had any warrants, it came up empty. So as he's going back to her vehicle, he sees that she's agitated, and we all get pretty aggravated. Some are a bit concerned because they don't know if they're going to get a ticket. If so, how much? My question is, why was it important for him to ask her how she's feeling? Like, it was important to know her disposition. Like, it's like no one is going to assume that you're not going to get pissed off when you get pulled over. We all get aggravated when a cop pulls up behind you for what you think should be a bullshit excuse, and now you have to worry about getting a ticket. So now he's asking her, are you okay? He sees that she's frustrated. She's smoking a cigarette. She's trying to calm herself down. She explains, hey, pull me over. I saw you come up fast behind me. I moved out of the way because I thought you were going to pass me, and you pulled me over. It's not going to stop you from giving me a ticket, so let's just do what you do. That's all she said. And then he's like, well, you finished? From there, he asked her to put out a cigarette, and she refused. So question number 2 is, was it important for her to put out the cigarette when she was in the comfort and the confines of her vehicle? It wasn't harming him, and there's nothing lawful about asking a cop to put out a cigarette. It's not like she was at a gas station to where she might ignite something. She was in her vehicle. So there was no reason for Officer Encinia to ask her to put out her cigarette. And then he goes even a step further because he gets butthurt because she refuses, asks her to step out the car. For what? For a fucking cigarette? So then he opens her door. She says, you do not have a right to detain me. And he puts his hands on her. I would classify that as assault. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I would definitely classify that as assault. And a lot of lawmakers said that Officer Encinia overstepped his boundaries and made what was to be a lawful stop unlawful the moment that he decided to put his hands on her. So from there, because she refused to get out, he was basically in her vehicle trying to pull her out. She used her foot to push off. She did not kick him. She used her foot to push off just to get some clearance. From there, he pulls out his taser, threatens to light her up, quote unquote. She gets out of the vehicle. He cuffs her. And what you don't see off to the side is when he takes her down. So we don't see whether he took her down by force. If he gently took her down, by the way that she was complaining, it may have been some force behind it, because she said that she went down on the side of her head. She couldn't hear. She has epilepsy. Yes, she's talking a lot of shit. Yes, she is cussing at him, but that's not breaking the law. So for all those who say that she shouldn't have been running her mouth, she shouldn't have had attitude, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, because you see a lot of other people that do that in other videos. But what's interesting, not only just with the video from his dash cam, because once again, it was doctored, you see a lot of shit happening with that, but what's very interesting is the second officer that arrived on the scene, what happened to their dash cam? Waller County is not forthcoming in producing a video of the other cops showing up and letting us see what happened when she had already been taken down. The cop comes out. She also helps with subduing her. So I want to see that video. But also, when she was pulled over, she was a strong advocate for using the cameras on the phones, because she wants people to be held accountable as far as the police officers when they're communicating with civilians. So from what I gather, when he started reaching into a vehicle, you hear her talking as though she's talking to the camera just to explain the cop is doing this. So I'm also curious to know what happened to the video from her phone. Why isn't anyone producing that video? But then again, I'm pretty sure if they doctored Officer Encinia's dash cam video, they either deleted her video or they doctored it so that pertinent information will not be seen by the public. But these are things that I'm curious about. Those are things that I observed when I watched the 52-minute video. During the video, about 26, 27 minutes in, you do hear Encinia say that she asked for medical attention, but that never arrived, at least with the 52-minute video that we saw. But it is a detainee's right to ask for medical attention if they have some sort of condition. So who knows what happened with that. But this is just another instance of a lost life and a whole bunch of lies. Another lie that came out that I read from HuffingtonPost.com, they said that she was found to have consumed large quantities of cannabis. If they detained her, because you see in the video where she was arrested, she had on a dress, but then you see her next with the county orange. So during that time, they would have done some sort of cavity search. How the fuck is she gonna have large quantities in the jail cell? And then of course the question of the plastic bag, the fact that this woman basically 6 feet tall, going over to a quote-unquote concealed area to hang herself. I'm not buying that bullshit. There's a whole bunch happening with this, and the family definitely deserves justice. But if you get a chance, go online to see the video, see some of the things that people are saying. There is a double standard. So for all those who want to say, well, black people this, black people that, when you see a lot of videos of white people and how they encounter with police and they say, no, I'm not going to give you my identification, I don't have to, am I being detained, all this shit, and nothing happens with them other than maybe an occasional cop getting in their face because they're thwarted. But then when you see black people and how the cops treat them, if you don't see that as a double standard, if you don't say that there's something questionable about that, then maybe you're part of the problem. Anyway, if you like this video, hope that you like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to hit me up on Facebook. Peace.